Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today we are going to jump into the time machine and travel back a whole 8 years to the year 2015 as we review this from Mattel. In the Batman vs. Superman line, we are featuring a Weaponized Kryptonite Batman. And this thing is a beast. It's a 12-inch scale action figure, and it glows in the dark. So I believe this is the second release of this figure. The first one I think had the much more muted gray color scheme, whereas this one's a little bit more comic book inspired from Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, with the heavy, darker blues on the chests and gauntlets, and the yellow utility belt. Nice character portrait of the Ben Affleck Batman and the anti-Superman armor. Other figures in the 12-inch line include the Henry Cavill Superman and the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. And over here is a nice image of the toy, which glows in the dark. And it says here, the glow-in-the-dark feature will last longer if you do not expose this product to intense heat or direct sunlight for prolonged periods of time. Place this figure approximately 5 feet away from a light source for 30 seconds. Placing this figure closer will not intensify the glow-in-the-dark feature. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to recreate the glow-in-the-dark effect, but at the very least, we're going to look at the actual toy. So let's get this guy out and get started. So I bought this at one of my local collectible toy stores, I think for like $20. It's been in the shop for years, and I decided to cave in and give it a nice home. I'm a big fan of the Batman vs. Superman movie, and it just looks like a really cool toy. Alright, so we do have a plastic tie around his feet. Let's get these off. And this is just a beast of an action figure. It feels like, much like if you've handled like Mattel's 12-inch action figures in their DC and Batman lines from years ago, or more recently the Spin Master 12-inch figures. This kind of feels like in line with that. It's kind of like borderlining on that shampoo bottle of action figures that people always joke around about. This guy stands in at about a little under 12 inches. The cape's a pretty decent material. It's not as flimsy or as fragile as some of the other capes in like other 12-inch toy lines. This one's pretty nice. It has a nice sheen to it on the outside, but then the interior, it's kind of like a softer cloth material. The sculpting is pretty decent. The paint application isn't the best, but at least the sculpting is fair. The helmet sees a lot of battle scarring and damage, as it does the rest of the body armor. I do like this color scheme a lot. It's very reminiscent of the comic book version of the Batman anti-Superman armor from the Frank Miller graphic novel or comic book miniseries, depending on when you bought it. The articulation seems pretty decent, for something this size. The head rotates. There's movement in the arms. They also go outward. Elbow bend, elbow swivel. Articulated wrists, articulated waist. So for a figure of this size, you're getting a decent amount of articulation, as you can see right there. Unfortunately, the ankles don't move, but it's a pretty looking, it's a pretty cool looking figure. I dig this a lot. Yeah, this is nice. This is something, if you have little ones, I think this would be a great toy, you know, but, you know, this thing's been out of print for 8 years, so it's pretty decent. And if you're on the hunt for something similar to this, there is another option. This is a toy you can actually find at stores right now, more specifically like Walmart's and Meijer. This is the 12-inch, I think it's like Battle Strike or Bat Strike Spin Master Batman. This is very inspired by the Frank Miller armor also, but it's all gray color scheme. This one's pretty neat because it has electronic features.
Villain, surrender.
You press the chest and he talks.
Nice shot. You can't escape justice.
And then he's also spring loaded, so
you can't escape Batman.
He can throw a punch.
Nice shot.
So this is a really cool figure. So if you're on the hunt for something similar to this, you know, just go to your Walmart and buy this guy right here. It's a great toy. I like this a lot. All right, so yeah, let's wrap this one up. So is this worth hunting down? I think it depends. If you're a fan of 12-inch figures and if you can find this for an affordable price, you know, pull the trigger. I don't think you'll be disappointed. You know, don't pay more than 20 bucks for this. You know, but it's nice. It's a nice display piece. And if you're fond of The Dark Knight Returns or Batman vs. Superman, you know, this is a great companion piece to any of those collections. All right, with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.